So I'm sitting here and I realized I don't know, something in me was like, turn to James 154. I know, but it was just saying, turn to James 154. And I'm like, James don't even go up to 154. So then got curious and I turned the page and it led me to 1 Peter. And I was drawn to my highlights. And it reads, like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk that by it you may grow up into salvation. If indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good as you come into him, a living stone rejected by men, but in the sight of God, chosen and precious. You yourselves, like living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house, to be a holy priesthood, to offer spiritual sacrifice acceptable to God through Jesus Christ. So I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me because I'm like a newborn infant and longing for spiritual milk. I'm like, that would be equivalent to nursing to a mother as a mother nurses her baby. You know what I mean? That goes, the mother nurses both male and female. The man and the woman comes from the nursing of a mother. So why would they say that by it you may grow up? And no, it says, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good. So I'm like, what would that mean? The man, that you have tasted that the man is good. Not tasting him, but like tasting more of what protects the man. That's why you got down here in verse 5 where it talks about the holy priesthood, like a brotherhood. Or I'm like, so, and the spiritual sacrifice would be the womb of the woman, sacrificing, offering up her for her knowledge as they become more enlightened. Now, this is deep for some people to understand. I get it. A lot of people are going to like feel some type of way about it or whatever, but it's just the truth. It's like you have this book and it talks about the father and him all the time, and not once does it mention the mother in the womb from which male, female both come from. So it's like, you got to think, why would they intentionally take her from out this book? So when you implement her into the book and you see, like if I was to say here where it says, as you have come into her, a living stone rejected by men, because you wouldn't be rejected by women. A living stone. Why would you be a living stone? Rejected by men. With men. I don't know. I know where I'm going, but yeah. And then over here it says, over here it says, honor everyone, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the emperor. Like, why would it? I don't understand. And I say question everything. And I know they say you're not supposed to question them, but it just doesn't make sense. And then it makes you also question it, especially what I've been through. So I'm going to question it. It's like you have so many occults out here that's built off brotherhoods and priesthoods and all the things that's surrounded about around men, religions that's surrounded about around men. So it's like, if you start implementing this and putting her into it, putting the mother back into it, putting the womb back into it, you will see this is nothing but how the matrix, or I don't, as the system was created, centered around her womb codes and her womb space. And I'm going to say our womb codes, our womb space. our knowledge and information and technology and all that stuff comes from the way of the woman. We are the receptors to how this world is ran. You know what I mean? And these men take our codes and create systems to build up their own illusion, to have a playground to play in, basically, to like have it so whereas though they could be trying to save the day or trying to live out fantasies and all types of stuff. Like, if you know the beginning and how we were just amongst women at first and how we were infiltrated, it will make you understand how this world has been created to what it is now today. Now it's going to go in a direction that she wants it to go in, regardless. And we just living out, I guess, the rest of whatever it is that she has planned. Because we just reflections of seeds of her, you know, a long line of women. And the patriarch is just going to have to get with the program or get lost. That's it.